Welcome to the ultimate Tolkien Tournament. This is Middle-earth Madness. Yes,
Hey.
welcome.
All right.
How we doing?
Good.
Well, Astros are 0-3, so not great.
Yeah, that one's a bummer, right?
Yep. So for now, let's go Fresno Tacos.
Fresno Tacos.
All right.
Yeah, my bracket in not Middle Earth Madness and Real March Madness is slain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, North Carolina. Thank you. I bet against UConn, which is looking like a foolish move at this point.
Can't do that.
Luckily, we have fantasy madness of a different sort to talk about today. So let's, without further ado, have a look at the regions one by one, starting with the upper left region, which we're calling the Beleriand region. Okay.
Ooh.
So you guys got some picks ready for today?
We do.
Sweet. Well, I'll toss it to one of you. Who is feeling confident, let's say, in their picks enough to call that upper left region?
Upper left region. Oh, shoot.
I can zoom in if you want me to.
To start it off, Aeon Way gonna demolish right there to start off. That's a 116? Yeah,
Can you guys see that better? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot better.
Cool. So yeah, that first match there, I mean, let's not overthink that, right?
Yeah, Pippin doesn't stand a chance.
It's like the raping of a hobbit or something like that. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be violent. So then we got the 2 down here, Mithrandir. You guys see Ugluk making any noise?
No way. What do you think, David?
It'd be cool because he looks cool. No chance.
That's not happening.
So what about any sleepers or Cinderella? Let's put it this way. What lower than 5 seed could make some noise in this region? Do you guys circle anyone?
Eladin, yeah, there you clicked it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. This strikes me as a gnarly first rounder, and the winner at least has a chance, right? Against Aeonway. Yeah.
You think?
I mean, I said a chance.
It's a Maiar. That's the problem.
Yeah. He is a problem.
That's like saying, does Billy Badass have a chance against Thor, a god? No.
Yes, and yet, we saw it happen several times in the lore, right? In the stories, you have lesser beings upset greater ones with some frequency, not a ton of frequency, of course. It's the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of stuff that the stories spin on.
So I'm gonna jump ahead just a little bit, and there
Right.
you go. There's our prophecy. Is we're gonna have 5 versus Aeonway. So it's the Witch King is gonna get to whatever that is, the Elite 8 or
Yep. That's what I have.
Witch King Aeonway.
Yep. That's what I see right there. That one looks fun.
And that's where Aeonway will be slain.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
Ooh, David with the prophecy.
Witch King.
I like it. You guys feeling a 13-4?
Nope.
No.
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 Because it's Gil. Yeah, Gil-galad. The guy tangled directly with Sauron. Aemir, love the guy, but tough one. Tough draw.
It's gonna take an arrow to the eye for Gil-galad.
Which has been known to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about down here in the bottom half? You guys feeling 11-6 upset, 10-7 upset?
By the way, real quick back to Aomer, I wrote down, I think he's going to think this is foreplay because Gil-galad totally looks like a chick in this thing.
Hey, man, he's an elf.
Yeah.
He's sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't have the stones to pick that for 13, but weirder things have happened in Tolkien, you know?
Yeah. So, Adam, are you going Boromir in this one? Are you going to give Boromir the upset? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so are you guys asking
That's your
me?
Helm Hammer hand, so I got to know.
He's my Helm Hammer hand. We will...
He can do a lot with that shield in a 1v1.
Yeah. Boom. Read him and weep.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, I got the 11-6 here.
Huh?
I got the 10-7, and I also have the 12-5.
Gimli beating the Witch King? Impossible.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know. No. But he's got that armor. That's the thing you'll see about dwarves in this battle engine is their armor. You know, it's not the be-all, end-all, but it's an advantage for sure. Again, especially like with ranged-centric characters. So in your Madden, once you start pulling up the Madden stats, the dwarves do have an advantage just because of their armor.
Does he have anything to simulate his throwing axes or no?
He does. So any character can be forced by the situation to use ranged weapons.
Yeah.
It's so that varies battle to battle based on basically a dice roll. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of home field advantage in each battle. Right. So it's not foreseeable when you're doing your bracket. However, characters that like Faramir, who can do both pretty well, that's an advantage because again, you know, the battle terrain, the randomness. Yeah. Hey man, I'm forcing you to disengage and use your ranged weapon. Faramir's like, go with me, doesn't matter. I'm just as good at range as I am swinging a sword. So yeah, Gimli can throw his hatchets too.
Interesting. Nice. So not to get too into the weeds on this 5-12 matchup, but that makes me think about the Witch King too, as far as, you know, his arsenal, the Morgul blade, etc. Obviously, that's kind of a special thing that could technically only be used once. Yeah. Two, like I said, too into the weeds there, but I'm just curious, just thinking about it. And then, like in the you know, in the Return of the King, he has that like mace that he uses, which is against Aelin.
Yep, and so all that is baked in to the stats, you know, kind of as best we can.
Can you get rid of your overlay real quick? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to drop that. Just to show you guys Gimli's stats, which are too small to read, of course. But can you... I can read them to you. Like his armor's an 86.
Yeah.
His deflections is 78. And so if he's hunking axes, that's his accuracy. He's not super accurate.
Yeah.
But 62, in terms of range weapons, that's decent, you know?
Yeah, okay. What does that say for his magic? We'll fix this screen. It's
40.
Small, but... Okay,
magic's bad. 40.
So I'm just curious if maybe the Witch King can take that route in terms of just having too much spirit power, because you know again the Witch King has some sort of ranged ability as well. I would think with
he does
either spells or. Parts or whatever.
It's like dark sorcery and necromancy. Yeah. It's really, if you remember the books, kind of more than the movies, like they just terrorize people into this crippled state of
do that screech thing.
Yep, and it's dread, right? And so you kind of cripple them with dread. But if you look like here, he's pretty accurate and pretty piercing from ranged. His armor, so he's the opposite of Gimli. Like it's a good matchup in that sense because he's got bad armor.
It's a cloak.
It's a cloak. Yeah. But I mean, this guy's pretty jacked across the board. He's not very agile. I mean,
what's the magic?
Magic is 80
against Gimli's 40. Okay.
Yeah.
See, but it's interesting because you talked about the dread factor, and if we're going off book Gimli, he's afraid of nothing.
That's right.
Until the Halls of the Dead, right? But in the movie, they kind of made him a little bit of a putz.
That's right. I mean, he's got 90 valor. He's not backing down from really nothing. For a 12 seed, that's about as good as you could hope for.
Yeah.
For anyone, that's about as good as
I mean, for a 12-5, it'll be a good fight, but
agree.
I just don't think I don't think Gimli's going to win, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's fair, man. So anything else for the Beleriand region, guys? How do you differ with me kind of on this? Let's go to Josh first. Josh, who do you have in the Sweet 16 and then the Elite 8 here.
See, you have Mithrandir going out real early. I think he's going to match up with Eonwë at the very end. So
1-2.
Yep, a 1-2, classic 1-2 at the very end. This bracket I have kind of going chalk, almost across the board. I have Gimli going down to the Witch King. I have all the normal stuff lined up. The only upset is I have Boromir making it one round, just like you do.
Nice.
And I have Legolas going out early too.
To bet in? Yeah.
It's
going to be a tough one there. A good 10-7.
So
Legolas, like we briefly touched on, he's pretty good with the fighting dagger, right? Which is why we made the logo like that. I like reimagining these characters book style, and you might remember he used that fighting dagger. I think in the book it was just one and not two, but for the artwork we went ahead and gave him both. He's a versatile guy. Now, and I didn't like how studly they made him in the movies necessarily, right?
He can ride a shield like a skateboard and shoot arrows.
According to the movies, he can.
Yeah, he does a lot of parkour in the
he can exactly. He can parkour in Oliphant and single-handedly. We're not dealing with that level,
silly, honestly.
I know. Look, he's a 10, and he's not favored against Baron, but I think he's more versatile than Baron at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, Chucky, who do you got in your in the Beleriand region advancing?
Yeah, so my final so I have the Witch King winning this.
I like it.
Oh, wow. Region. And I have the Witch King over
Upset City.
Over Fingolfin at the end here. So a lot is the same. I do not have Boromir beating Arendelle. I also have Legolas beating Baron and then getting stomped by Mithrandir. Fingolfin and Mithrandir will not be close. Fingolfin's ridiculous.
He is well said.
So let's see here. What else? Yeah, Aemir doesn't stand a chance. So
you don't believe in Gandalf?
Not against Fingolfin. Fingolfin almost killed Morgoth.
This is the thing. Sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, so I was just gonna say, as far as 1v1 goes, he's might be the best in this entire thing, but the Witch King's gonna get in the way. So,
dude, that's the whole thing. This is one of the most fun parts of this whole thing, in my view, is you have a Maya, which is an order of being above an elf, right? It should not be fair. However, in the stories, the good Maya, especially, they have power that they just don't use. I mean, everyone from Melian to even Gandalf, for a lot of his appearances, maybe until the very end, what good is power if unused? And that's an open question. I'm not saying I'm answering that question with the rankings here or anything, but it's a fun question to ask, right?
Yeah.
The evil Maiars, they actually use their power, and they give us a taste of what they can do. But guys like Gandalf, it's more like, bro, why aren't you using your power? I was told not to by my boss. Okay, dude, then you're going to get punked by Fingolfin. I'm sorry, right?
Yeah. I think the story narrative is a little different than what we have here in terms of, what power they can use and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think some of that's just worked in for to keep the narrative going in the story, right?
It's the rise of the savior at the very end.
Yeah. If everyone just starts out like fully beefed, then you wouldn't have a story to begin with. But
yeah, exactly. If
Gandalf hello, I'm Gandalf the White, everybody. How are you today?
Let's skip the fireworks and get straight to the nukes.
Yeah, exactly. That destroys the anticipation. And
right.
Especially and the best of the three books, in my opinion, was Fellowship for that reason, because Gandalf gives you all these little hints. There's lightning on Weathertop that you hear about, and you're like, oh damn, he's getting after it a in bit. You hear that after the fact, and then he does the little fireballs or the pine cone trick again when the wolves attack north of Moria there, and he gives you those little hints that you're like, ooh, this guy doesn't mess around. However, mostly he's hiding his power. And I remember that's partly explained as like, I don't want to reveal myself to Sauron yet and let him know that his adversary is here to face him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He doesn't do that until like book 3, but anyway.
He's in the middle of his Rocky montage. He's like building up
Yeah.
his power and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. We got to wrap show 1 here. That is the Beleriand region. Hope it helps.
Awesome,
Drop it in the comments. Let us know who you guys got out there coming out of the Beleriand region, and tune back in for the next region.
Let's go, Witch King.
Peace.